This is what I've been reduced to. It is 7 p.m. on a Wednesday right now, and this is necessary. So I think that tells you a lot about where I am mentally, physically, emotionally. I asked you guys questions on Instagram, like 4 people asked me questions, so thank you. I appreciate you so much. Are there more than 4 questions? Yeah, I may have proactively imagined what people might want to know, just for the sake of saving time. You know, it's fine. It's fine. No one needs to know. First question is, how did you get your job? If you guys have been following me, you know that I have been job searching for so long. I graduated college in 2023. That sounds weird to say. Like, that sounds a really long time ago. It was like over a year though. Wow, that's insane. Let me give you a little condensed timeline. I feel like this is gonna be helpful if you are a senior in college, a junior in college, maybe you graduated college already. I think all this is going to allow you to learn from my mistakes and my errors as someone who literally had no idea what she was doing and just went for it. Basically, I graduated in 2023. I went to UNC Chapel Hill, got my degree in journalism and media with a focus in advertising and public relations. Anything in that realm, I was interested in it. Like, I've always loved graphic design, social media, digital media, anything digital, creative focused is what I've always liked and always wanted to do. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I really did not care about getting a job until it was like graduation time. I really couldn't care less. I was so stressed about all my exams and finishing everything, and school was all I had known for so long that even the concept of me having a job that was not also in addition to school was so outlandish that I didn't even really think that it was a real thing. I had this plan, which I do not regret. I'd like to state for the record, I think it was a great idea and I stand by it. I traveled to Europe for a month. I went to 7 different countries with one of my best friends. It was amazing. Wouldn't have changed it for the world. I came back and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a job now. Basically, I spent 10 months. Every day I would wake up, I would go on LinkedIn, I would reach out to basically anyone I could think of who might know someone who knew someone else. I asked my friends, my parents, friends, anyone I could think of for like connections, leads, if you will. Basically just applied to every LinkedIn job posting under the sun that I was remotely qualified for and slightly interested in, and even stuff I was definitely not qualified for. That whole process went on, and I was actually really successful in getting a lot of interviews and second and third interviews, and then at the very last minute being not chosen over another candidate who had more experience than me. That happened to me a lot of times. I also have hundreds of rejection emails in my inbox, which crushed my soul a tiny little bit each time I got one. I'm sure there are hundreds more that never even emailed me. They just pretended like I didn't exist at all. That gives you a little insight into that experience. I know so many of my friends who've gone through the exact same thing, and I am also on that side of TikTok because I will not stop talking about it and my phone listens to me. It's been very validating to see that other people were struggling as much as I am, specifically trying to get social media jobs, remote jobs, digital marketing jobs, all that. Essentially, it felt like I was living the same day over and over. That was essentially my whole routine, is just waking up, applying to jobs on LinkedIn, having interviews. I literally kept track of them because if I didn't, I thought that I would be like making it all up in my head. Like, I needed something to tell me that this was actually happening. I think I had 22 interviews, which is a lot. I actually have a folder on my laptop of photo booth videos of me crying which felt like a good idea at the time. I don't know if those will ever see the light of day. If you are going through the same experience, I hope that that makes you feel better. In May, so it had been 1 year since graduating, because I graduated in May 2023. So in May 2024, I think it was like a week into May, I saw this posting come up on LinkedIn for a digital marketing position. It sounded like something I would be interested in and at least would want to reach out and get more information. It was a email application. So I emailed this company and I essentially was like, here's some stuff about me. I have a online portfolio, which it's not the best, and it has a lot of my social media links in there because I also use it to reach out to brands if I want to work with them on social media for my own personal channels. They emailed me back like pretty soon actually and were like, oh, can we set up an interview? I had a phone interview with them. It was not a Zoom interview, it was a phone interview, and it went really, really well. The woman was super, super nice. So after the phone call, they emailed me again and asked me to make some work samples for them. They liked it, and then they were like, okay, we'll do a second interview with you. And I was like, great, sounds good. So we scheduled the second interview right before the weekend. I got a call from them. Totally unexpected. I did not think that they were gonna call me. They didn't tell me they were gonna call me. And they were like, actually, can you just start on Tuesday? And I was like, yeah. Basically, the moral of this story is to just keep applying to random jobs because you never know when something is going to pop up like that, and to also do it quickly if you can. After that whole interview process, my now boss actually told me that I was the first person that responded and emailed them an application for that job. So I was the very first person that they saw, and they did interview, I think maybe 3 or 4 other people, but I definitely think that because I was the first person, that gave me an advantage because I was able to give them that first impression. Maybe that will encourage you to not give up, because I genuinely felt like giving up on applying to things several times. Okay. I got a lot of questions actually when I posted on TikTok of people saying that they really want to get into digital marketing, into social media marketing, just being creative and fun in the digital space as a job, which is something I've always wanted to, so that's such a dream come true. This is so annoying to say, but like luck and circumstance and being early to things was super helpful for me. Applying to a lot of stuff obviously, but also making sure that your filters that you have for job alerts that you get are specific to what you want. And also, if you can, and I know it's not realistic in a lot of ways, but trying to apply to things quickly when they come up. Literally had things on LinkedIn that would get 300 to 500 applications within 2 hours of being posted, which was crazy. I was like, there's no way they're going to see anything I do if I do this. I think that the more that you apply to stuff, the more you're going to learn about what different companies are looking for in terms of like what roles are called. And I had no idea what the like position was that I wanted. Like I knew what I wanted to do in the job, but I had no idea what people would call that. A lot of companies I found were calling it a digital marketing coordinator, social media coordinator. I didn't know because I've never done this before. That was a learning curve for sure. I know this is so annoying because I personally went through it, so I understand this is annoying when I say it. Reaching out to people in your network, like your teachers, your friends. Maybe you have a friend that graduated like a year earlier than you and they do something that you're interested in, or they have a friend who does something you're interested in. It really sucks, but you kind of have to know someone. Mine was not that case, which I'm so grateful for because it worked out. I will also say that I think the reason that I got this role was because of my social media, which, as a disclaimer, I think was also a reason I didn't get a lot of other positions. Take that with a grain of salt. But if you have something that you do on your own time or is a passion of yours that, even if it doesn't directly relate to the job, just makes you like an interesting person and shows that you have specific skills or are hardworking or whatever, just go with it. How I was thinking about it when I was like, they're not gonna give me this job because of my cringy TikTok videos, I wouldn't want to work there anyway, you know? Okay, someone actually did ask me this. And the question is, did you have any job offers you turned down before accepting this one? And I don't think you guys know this, but I actually did. Still think about it a lot because it was a good offer. And I decided to turn it down, which was my own personal choice, because I just didn't really align with the company's mission, I guess. It just didn't align with me, my personality, what I'm like. It just did not mesh. Okay, this is the next question. What does your job actually look like day to day? Like, what are you actually doing? So I will say I'm sure that every digital marketing role is completely different. I'm not going to go super in depth about the company or specifically what I do. Like, I want to give you guys a general idea because I think it will be helpful if you are also job searching and kind of looking for something like that. I obviously share a lot of stuff on social media, but I want to keep primarily a lot of my work stuff private just because I feel like it's a separate section of my life. Obviously it has a lot to do with other people, not just about me. But again, just for the sake of helping you guys out, and if you are job searching or curious or like trying to figure out what you want to do, I think it's helpful to share. I'm managing social media, so creating content, strategy, all that stuff, and then also basically any visual digital assets, like any images or videos or visual content that's associated with the company, I'm making it. This was actually the most asked question. I understand why, because bestie, I want to know too, to be honest with you. I want to know too. Where are you moving and when? If you guys don't know, I live at home with my parents and my brother. My big goal over the last like 10 months has been to move out because I love my family so much. I love being here, but I've always been a super independent person and I love having my own space. And I'm also a very introverted homebody, so having like some place that's my own has been a huge priority for me. And I also love visiting cities, so I would really love to move somewhere that is a city that I'd like to explore more or has more job opportunities for like future me or whatever, just somewhere I can meet other people my age, have things to do, go outside, have fun, etc. That is still my goal. Right now, I don't have any concrete plans of moving. If the situation had happened where I had gotten a job offer that was in a specific place and it was in person, I would have moved. Like immediately I would have moved. I feel like I'm not spontaneous in a lot of ways, but if it comes to something like that, like I'm there. I'm done. I'm going. Like if it goes to travel or like anything related to that. Okay, future Bella jumping in here because I literally rambled about this topic for 7 minutes. That is probably due to the fact that, as usual, I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, specifically in this area. I cannot feasibly move out by myself. The math is not mathing, if you catch my drift. I need to find roommates. I'm totally all in for that, but the circumstances have to work out, obviously, where I have to find roommates, and I don't know what city that would be in because it could be literally anywhere, which is exciting, but also a paradox of choice where I don't know where to go because there's too many options. So that's where I am currently, and this is one of those things that maybe I'll wake up tomorrow and there'll be a perfect opportunity with like 3 amazing girls or something that need roommates and we get along really well. But for right now, I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to New York City. I'm going to North Carolina for like 2 months, possibly going to California, and then possibly going to New York City again. If I can't move out and start that stage of my life, I would rather spend my time traveling because I have this opportunity, so why not? I just want to say, if you have been going through the job search process, I understand that it can be so discouraging. Flashback to when I said that I had all those videos of me crying on my laptop. Yeah, I understand. I get it. I really do. This is not how I imagined things would be. I thought that I would have like a perfect dream apartment by now, cute little dog, like living in a city, like all that stuff. I know I'm gonna have that one day. Not right now, but I've decided to embrace this as us being in our travel era. It's not what I imagined, but it is still so amazing, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful for you guys. You got this. Don't give up. I believe in you. Keep applying this stuff, and if you have any specific questions that I can help answer, I will try to answer those. Just leave them down below. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm 22 years old. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, but I think that there's a lot of us like that out there, so hopefully we can help each other, you know?